nausea, belching, constipation, the not so fun side of the new GLP-1 medications like Wegovy, Zepbound, Saxenda. But I'm here to tell you what you can do to help minimize and manage your symptoms while using one of these medications. Hey, I'm Steph Wagner. I'm a dietitian specializing in obesity management, whether it's bariatric surgery or one of the FDA-approved medications for chronic weight management. To find out more about any of those medications, you can check out the links below for previous videos I've done to cover 6 FDA medications, although there is actually one more that's approved for a rare genetic obesity. I haven't reviewed that one, but it does exist. Studies have reported that as many as 44% of patients using one of these GLP-1 agonist medications will experience nausea. For the majority of patients, it's when the medication is introduced or when the dose is increased. And typically it passes, but for some it doesn't. And the medications are recommended only if well tolerated. So if you are not getting past that initial 4 or 5 day wave of nausea, then you do want to contact your prescribing provider. Let them know there is a risk of acute kidney infection, and we don't want to go down that road. So don't ignore nausea for too long, but hopefully it'll improve or we can manage it. Some of the things that you can do to help manage your nausea is to, for one, stay hydrated. When you get behind on water, it can make you nauseated. So it can be a little bit of a chicken or the egg. If you're not thirsty because you've diminished thirst with the medication and then you are starting to get dehydrated, which is making you more nauseous, well, water doesn't sound good when you're nauseous, so it's really hard to keep going. You might need to try different temperatures, maybe herbal tea or broth, different flavors, broth being savory. Maybe use hint water where it's got just a little hint of flavoring instead of something really sweet. Try all the different water bottles, flavors, temps to do your best to stay hydrated, especially when you're not feeling thirsty or you are getting through that initial wave of nausea. Also, high-fat foods can make you feel more nauseated, so making sure that your proteins are lean cuts of meat or low-fat dairy or cheese products so that your proteins are protein first and not introducing a lot more fat, which can increase nausea and also maybe impede some of your results. Also, carbohydrate foods can increase nausea, and this one's a little tricky because sometimes you might think, I'm nauseous, I'm gonna nibble on some crackers through the day to manage the nausea, but carbohydrates are sometimes making nausea worse. Also, grazing can make nausea a little bit worse. It'd be better to have a structured pattern of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but because you have delayed gastric emptying with one of these medications, food is in the stomach for longer, grazing through the day is not helping that food to move through and you are feeling more nauseous because it's sitting there for longer. So those are some tips with nausea. Stay hydrated, focus on low-fat proteins, be careful of grazing or carbohydrate foods. The other thing is to avoid the smells the best you can. Maybe you need to put dinner in a crock pot in the garage so you don't have to smell it as much, or you ask your spouse to go grill up the protein outside on your grill, just so that you don't have to smell it as often. Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about the whole delayed gastric emptying thing. Now, this is definitely something to work with your dietitian with because it might be a time and a place to switch up when you eat and what you eat, because eating something maybe lighter at the end of the day might be more recommended, and maybe you do your solid proteins and vegetables earlier in the day because that food does tend to take longer to move through the stomach. Digestion also slows when you're sleeping, so it's probably not a good plan to eat dinner before bed or even too close before bed. So again, working with someone can help you figure out exactly how you should time certain foods, and raw veggies may not be something you want to have later in the day. Maybe you have them in the morning, or maybe you stick with cooked veggies. But again, those are kind of the little tweaks that working with a dietitian might help you figure out what foods not only help you to see results and hit your nutrition goals, but also help you to minimize some of these side effects. This is also the reason for belching or gas, that delayed gastric emptying. Even Elon Musk is quoted to say that his burps are next level on Wegovy. And that's what's going on here. That food is sitting in the stomach for longer. That could also contribute to some heartburn. So your doctor might prescribe a PPI, a protein pump inhibitor, to help aid with any sort of indigestion or GERD. So you definitely want to visit with your team if you're having a lot of issues with heartburn. Also a good idea to take small bites, go slowly, listen to your stopping point. A lot of these things are true with bariatric surgery. We have you take small bites, go slowly, listen to your stopping point, use mindful eating to identify when to stop eating. And the same will be true on one of these medications. When you're using mindful eating, which I have a video on that, it will help you to identify how to feel your best with your meals so that you're tolerating them well, but you're also listening to those cues of when to stop or when to change up what you're eating or what time you're eating it at. So note taking is a really helpful option whenever you are starting medication or increasing dosage. So having some sort of a notebook, or you could also use my Don't Jump to Conclusions mat. I will link that below. And it just helps you to start kind of noticing things at your meals and what is working well and maybe what you should change. The point of the medicine is not to never be hungry. So low appetite, diminished appetite, that is part of these medications. It's part of what makes them helpful. Is a lot of patients say it quiets the food noise, they're just not as hungry, and that's a huge benefit. But the point is not to never be hungry. So if someone says, I never eat, I'm never hungry, but I'm losing weight, it must be working. That's not the point of the medication. So sometimes you do have to plan out your meals and pack your food and eat, even when you don't have the body cue to eat. Just like sometimes you have to drink water when you're not thirsty. If it's a scheduled mealtime, you may need to go ahead and start eating, even if you're not super hungry for it. But even if it's just a few bites, sometimes that will kick on your appetite and you will be ready to eat something. And other times you just have to go ahead and get a little something in your tummy and keep going. But again, another reason to work with a dietitian to make sure you are getting your needs met so that you are maximizing the health benefits, not getting undernourished. And finally, when it comes to the symptoms for the other side of the GI tract, diarrhea, constipation, it kind of depends on what you're eating. Diarrhea could be if there's high sugar content in your foods or your drinks, or high fat content. Constipation, sometimes just with the amount of change in your diet can cause constipation. It could be that you need more water. So there's different reasons for each of those. But again, another reason to keep that dietitian on your team so you can figure out even those sorts of symptoms that are not fun to talk about, but are really helpful to get them situated. If you're interested and ready to learn more about what foods to eat, macros, calories, grams, ounces, all those burning questions, whether you've had bariatric surgery or you're utilizing a medication, my newest course is called Food Fundamentals. It's inside my Premier Access library, which unlocks hundreds of recipes, menus, a community, lots of goodies in there. You can find out about Premier Access in the link below. You can also jump on my free email list where I send recipes every single week, along with videos like this, products I recommend, and so much more. So be sure and jump on that while you're at it. Thanks for watching.